just gonna get a different one of these?
Yes, that's why you give me your schedule.
Oh, the schedule right here?
So that's why you tell me who had the baby on what day. So like, say for instance, Magnus completely neglects the baby and he puts it in the trunk of his car and leaves it there for the whole school day, but you put the baby on your sling and carry it all around and you chime it all the time and you feed it all the time. That would be two different grades, right?
Okay, so I wouldn't.
So I can't grade you. I can grade you both together, but that wouldn't really be fair to collectively grade you guys. See, we're on the same schedule.
You have to. Are you grading us as of right now?
Your babies are on.
How do I turn this in? Stella. Is it crying?
Good.
Where
Your
do I
baby
put
is
this?
lonely and cold.
I'm just trying to turn this over to the side.
Okay, are there any? Yeah.
I need the ID. No.
Oh
What
my
idea?
God.
Then won't let us be the parent. How do I ID it? Right shoulder.
You put it near the chest or back. That's cute. Try the back.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday, and she said, "I'm gonna be a bad home."
It's not IG. Try down near the stomach.
It said the quads or something.
Did you ID is the right one?
It just said right shoulder or lower torso.
I know, but there should be 10.
Wait here. And then when I wake up, he's like,
What the heck?
he puts his little feet up, and then like lays down and like, he's like,
Okay, so I only have one participant care card. So there were some important safety reminders.
No, there's one in my bag.
You have one? Yeah. Oh, so some of you have one and some of you don't.
You had some black ass students last year.
Well, Miss Niedermeyer and I both shared the babies. So there was her class and there was my class.
So your class wasn't.
So
They need to get it together. So you guys only have 5 babies. It's not like your and are you only doing what you need?
yeah. So I'll do it next semester. Okay, so
After second period, will you give us the base so we can go take it to our car?
okay, so the safety precautions. So says your baby may cry while driving. Please be aware that the crying may start unexpectedly and you should be prepared. So like I said, if the baby cries while you're driving, pull over.
What if I'm on the freeway? I know.
Then you can take an exit and get off, or you can let the baby cry.
Then you'll lose points for that, right?
You do lose points if your baby cries for a prolonged period of time.
So,
Emergency lane.
what if I just one-handed it?
From the freeway.
Well, I would get off of the freeway. I really would.
What if you're like nowhere near an accident?
my mom was like, even though it's not necessary.
I would take the nearest exit and find a safe place to park because I don't consider that's not really an emergency. Like if your baby cried for 10 minutes, I'm not gonna be like, oh, minus 10 points. You know, because I understand that sometimes you can't get to the baby right away. But if your baby cries for 10 minutes every single time the baby cries, then that's a pattern, right? But if the baby cries for an hour, then that is minus 10 points. No, I mean, but yeah, your baby should not be crying for more than like 20 minutes or so. Because it's not going to take you 20 minutes to get
Loud
to an
crying
exit.
near people with potentially serious physical conditions such as those susceptible to heart attack or stroke should be avoided.
Some of these precautions are to prevent a lawsuit. Okay. Okay, never leave the baby unattended in a public place, given the potential for misunderstanding.
What? I'll be like, yeah, I have a child. They don't think you crazy. Katie was saying that the most annoying thing out of all of it was not the crying in the middle of the night. It was the stare she got on public.
Who said that?
Katie. Yeah. Because
I would have looked.
I don't know who her partner was, but I always saw her with the baby. I don't know what it was. did most of the care, and the people on the bus kept staring at her.
Yeah, she wasn't in my class. She was in
in
mine. All right. So bring your vehicle to a complete stop in a safe location before caring for baby or retrieving a piece of the baby's equipment that falls.
All day.
Do not feed, burp, rock, or change diapers or otherwise care for baby while driving. Failure to install baby in a car seat in a motor vehicle could result in baby or seat becoming projectiles in the event of a sudden stop or accident. So basically, make sure your baby's strapped in and the car seat is strapped in. Everything is securely held down.
Back seat or front seat?
The baby should be in the back seat technically, and you can put your baby in the front seat, but technically babies never go in the front seat.
And for this robotic.
For your simulation, your baby can go in the front seat, but I think you guys should put them in the back seat because I think if your baby's in the front seat and it starts to cry, you're going to be tempted to care for it while driving.
And middle seat or
crash.
side
I do not want to hear about any car accidents because you have to shine
Intentando
the
de
baby.
cambiarle ahí el pañal.
Never take your wristband off.
when installing car seat.
Yeah.
Middle seat or
Kennedy,
side
except
seat.
when we trade, we'll do the wristband, take it off.
You can take your wristband off. Don't worry about that. If I were you, I'd put the wristband in the car seat with the baby if you're not going to wear it. Because the wristbands are pretty loose, so that they're interchangeable between students. So I understand if you do need to take it off, but just know that's how they get lost. So really try to keep track of them. So the baby should sleep somewhere close to you and not in the bed with you. Okay, the baby doesn't need to sleep in the bed with you, especially if you are a heavy, wild sleeper, because you don't want to cause injury to the baby, like get a rough handling mark on your report. Yeah, and then you can make notes on your diary where you had to delay care of baby because your safety or the safety of others may have been compromised. So that's where you would make your note about driving. I'm driving and the baby started crying, cried for 10 minutes. Had to pull over. What if somebody else is driving?
So you said
That stare.
you said we can't put the baby in bed with us. So then she put it in. She walks